Dear next-door neighbors, friends, and family. I'd like to share some reviews, illustrations and poems from my book, Trish's Dragons, Warrior Princesses, and Mermaids, coming in the fall 2025. Let me tell you about dragons. Yes, Virginia, dragons are real. My daughter Ton claims they're living, breathing, magnificent creatures. Me? I used to say they are more like Bigfoot. You hear stories, but there's never any proof. Since then, I have amended my understanding and am willing to admit that dragons are at least the untamed, unseen wild spirits of today's world. Just 'cause you don't see them doesn't mean they aren't there, dropping their stinky incandescent scales all over the place while embodying resilience and fierce independence, indifferent to the mess they've made on the floor. Hugs and kisses, Trish.
Trish's Dragons, Warrior Princesses, and Mermaids. By author/illustrator and generally enlightened person, except when it comes to dragons. Trish Brown, Ton's and Colin's mom. Coming to you in fall 2025.
Yelp review: Humanity by Varkanthor the mildly irritated, keeper of the reluctant social critic. Would not recommend. Sloppy prose, rampant favoritism toward mermaids. Visited Boston on a whim. Regret everything. Humans are loud, salty smelling, flammable, and constantly trying to connect emotionally. As if. One literally offered me a gluten-free muffin. I incinerated him immediately. Another tried to take a selfie with me in mid-wing stretch. I ate him.
Exceptional Dragon Lawyers LLC. We prosecute all infractions against dragons to the full extent of the law. We hereby disavow all liability for damages, emotional distress, or conspicuous pavement smudges resulting from unauthorized contact. Any misinterpretation of a dragon's real temperament or reckless friendliness on the part of ignorant villagers will be met with legally binding consequences. All contact is considered unauthorized contact and is a violation of a dragon's privacy and personal boundaries and will result in various legal prosecutions. The severity of these consequences depends on the nature of the contact.
Grumble and Squint LLP. We specialize in dragon litigation and emotionally complex non-human species.
Any resemblance between any of the dragon characters depicted in Trish's Dragons, Warrior Princesses, and Mermaids is purely coincidental, except where flattering. We, the Dragon Authority, do not endorse this book, nor oppose it, as it has not read it nor will ever read it, and considers it to be beneath its notice. The Dragon Authority reserves the right to sue for defamation should any so-called eyewitness accidentally sustain injury upon attempt to snitch to 5-0. The defendant dragon cannot be convicted based on the testimony of a rat think squeal and will be considered forever innocent, totally blameless, and unjustly provoked. Bystanders are advised not to poke, prod, or attempt selfies with visiting dragons. Doing so may result in sudden loss of cardiac sustainability. By reading this book, you acknowledge that you have been duly warned and that you accept full responsibility for any unforeseen consequences.
Rebuttal from Diana, spokesmermaid for the Boston Atlantic Coalition of Aquatic Divas.
This book is an unmitigated, lying travesty, vastly overrated. We are not vindictive. We are passionate. We do not throw hissy fits. We do not steal human men. Yeah, no. Just because they prefer us to you human women. We are prettier and have better legs. Like it's literally not our fault. However, we do stage necessary aquatic global uprisings now and then, but only to try to stop you stupid people from polluting Earth. Thank you very much. And we do not live in underwater drama palaces. We call them coral estates.
Advanced review from Tawn Krakowski, Trish Brown's daughter, author, narrator, publisher, former jet pilot, and certified dragon whisperer.
This book is 23% accurate. Largely overrated, substandard character development. The dragons are real. The mermaids are whining snooty bitches. The warrior princesses owe me a new set of armor and a sword. Also, Mom left out the part where one of the dragons tried to unionize. It was a kinda dumb underdeveloped premise. Read at your own risk, and bring snacks. Not for the dragons, for me.
Testimonial from Princess Brindalin, Stormrage warrior, diplomat, glitter cannon specialist.
Finally. A book that tells it like it is. Dragons? Moody. Mermaids? Manipulative. But warrior princesses? We're chill. We're the glue holding this mythic mess together, and we look fabulous doing it. Trish completely gets that true power comes with sparkle, sass, and a well-timed battle cry. I laughed. I roared. I threw this book at a goblin and it exploded in a cloud of glitter. 5 awesome stars. Oscar-worthy. Totally. Would read again when it comes out, after polishing my sword and filing a restraining order against Diana. Tawn, I got's your sword girl. How's hooking up over boardwalk yoga and oysters sound? It'll be dope, dude.
In a world where dragons sulk in mountaintop caves, mermaids unionize beneath the waves, and warrior princesses demand top billing, one thing is certain, fantasy just got a lot more complicated.
I confess that for a long time I was blissfully ignorant and admittedly uncaring about dragons, princess warriors, and mermaids. I wrongly assumed dragons were glorified lizards, warrior princesses had way too much money and unmitigated snark, and mermaids, disagreeably sassy in their own right, although not known for outright antagonistic uncongenially sniping, do, after all, hanker your menfolk and will do anything, use anything to jack the poor ill-begotten husbands to be down to their salty watery homes beneath the waves.
Beware of the beautiful behind the velvet smile, beneath the foamy grace, under the jeweled tiara for danger stirs. Dragons charm with courtly bows, mermaids glamour behind come hither winks, warrior princesses scoff, swagger, and conquer. In this trio of cautionary tales wrapped in rhyme, beauty is power, and power plays are for keeps. Enter with eyes wide and heart wary, these species sing, scorch, and slay while the world sleeps.
Those princesses. How royal. Quite the mollycoddled lot, too. Pampered to pearls, pouty-lipped whiners. Demanding their due. With regal eye rolls, so irksome, so grand. They bend kingdoms with flair. Arms crossed, hips cocked. Dare not your grievance air. They do what they please. Satin or steel. They slip on war armor when there's strife and disorder. When things go awry, they raise their spears. They shatter decorum and stoke kingdom fears. Beware the tiara with daggers, not sheathed. This queenly reign thing is willingly bequeathed.
Who would have thunk it, that dragons could be so debonair? A gassy, shy smile, razor dentin, cleverly hidden. A modest, yes sir, so sincere, so polite. You're sure they'll be nice despite all their might, till they flare their nostrils and flick a wing, and skies turn red. Your loyalty, your trust, now smoke instead. With silk-smooth charm and velvet fire, they torch your hope, then bow, my sire. Majesty masks the beast beneath, so heed the breath, not just the teeth.
Beneath the foam, lithe young maidens with sea-slick hair canvass their surroundings with interested care. The tell, Oh, it's subtle. Wobbly legs blue-green, a teeter, a sway, an unsteady stagger. Eyes scanning for strays, lips curled in desire. What's hidden? A dagger, a sordid intent, concealed. Hearts hunting for love. By hook or by crook, they'll get what they crave. By song or by steel, by allure, charm, or glove. A steel trap to lure menfolk under the wave. Beware of these beauties with ocean-born grace, for passion and peril share one lovely face.
So heed the flame, the fin, the flounce. Where beauty lives, beware the pounce. They charm, they stun, they fiercely gleam. Not every dreamer dreams a dream of dreams. The dragon bows with velvet grace. The mermaid sings in chilling lace, anticipating a watery embrace. The princess scoffs, then claims her ground. Each one waits where fools abound. So mark this lore with wary heart. They'll draw you in, then rip apart. A trio masked in wit and will. Their kiss, their crown, their fire can kill.